Just something I threw together quickly. Looks like we're starting. Nufa versus Jaden. Alright, ZVP.
Really? Someone just asked me to do his one.
Steady.
No shit. Like 10 seconds ago, someone asked me to do that. Might set myself to busy because these chat channels do come through the game sometimes, apparently.
Really? Alright.
Who are these people?
Make sure your Justin TV stream's off, or we're gonna get massive loop.
Yeah, I've already muted it, don't worry. There we go. Silver versus...
Mr. Jaden is a drum roll. He's also a silver, alright? He has psionic death, so he's well versed in Templars. Okay, now this awesome Worgen Marine. I assume that's from BlizzCon? The icon that Nufa has.
No, it's Cataclysm Collector's Edition.
Oh, sweet. Oh, there we go. Yeah, Blizz Conqueror 210. Sweet.
Alright, there you go. Do you want to start the intro?
Yeah.
This is when I normally start my intros because I hate talking about the first 10 seconds of the game when absolutely nothing happens.
Alright, and here we are in the Bronze Silver Gold Tournament. I am joined by FXOUnstable, and this is going to be the first round of 128 match between Jaden, the blue Protoss, and Nufa, the yellow Zerg. So, Unstable, why don't you introduce yourself?
Alright, if anyone who hasn't known me before, I've been casting Australia, New Zealand, and Singapore events for actually since beta now. It's been a while.
Yeah.
I'm also currently the team manager of Team FX Open with the likes of Moonglade, Sheth, Optic Zero, Filthy, and our latest member, All About You, who is going to be announced. Well,
All About You, I remember him.
Whoever.
Yeah.
Yes, he was an ex-semi StarCraft 1 pro gamer, so he's joined our ranks. But yeah, it's going to be good.
So it's going to be Nufa and Jaden over here. Both of them are silver, but the thing is because the game has been out for a while and because the brackets are kind of solidified, I have seen like bronze players beating diamonds, you know, especially if the diamond hasn't been playing for ages. So it should be interesting. Sometimes these, until there's a ladder reset, you can't really tell what is the caliber of these players. And it does look like
the biggest thing... Sorry.
No, go ahead.
The biggest thing you'll notice between like the Diamond and the lower leagues is the lower leagues simply just don't know how to respond to a lot of stuff that they haven't seen before.
Yeah,
like
that's
a
true.
lot of them do have good mechanics, good macro, some decent micro, but if they see something, they just go what, and don't know how to respond.
Yeah, because we do see a little bit of a gas steal there by Nufa, and it's just he's just going to just use that to stay in the base, stay alive, and we do see a double gateway from Jaden, so the drone is going to pop up there and see the double gateway, and because Nufa actually went for pool first before gas, he should be just fine. This does look like a Roach Warren probably from Nufa, but he might have to change that up because of this double gate pressure.
Well, I'm not sure whether Jaden did that by mistake. Just because he was like, oh, I'm getting gas stolen, and sometimes you can do that, like, because you just misclick them a couple of times. But even if it's 2-gate aggression, like here, usually throwing down your Roach Warren and just saving all your minerals for your Roach Warren to come out is more effective than getting 3 or 4 lings. Spinecrawler is a good choice as well. You'd probably want it a little bit more to the right, probably just in between the hatchery and the extractor.
Yeah.
Slightly down so you don't actually
block
interrupt the gas miners. Yeah.
But very interestingly enough, we do see a proxy pylon very, very early by Jaden. The question is, he doesn't even have a cybernetics core, so there's not going to be any chance of a warp in just yet. But right now, it does look like his entrance is very secure. And maybe that double gate opening was just mainly to scare Nufa to thinking that there's going to be early pressure so he can't get that hatchery down. We are at 28 food for Nufa, and still no expansion.
Yeah, well, this pylon here is just flat out. It's not that good. Yes, if he had a cybernetics core, that would be perfect positioning. But right now, it's just a pylon out of the way. As soon as Nufa expands, which he should be doing fairly soon, he does have the minerals to do it. He'll see that pylon and be able to take it out. By the time his cyber core finishes, gets warp gate research and everything like that, it's not going to be worth it. Even if you get these one-basing Zergs, you'll notice that he's getting about 400 or 500 minerals now, even though his stuff is all up and running.
Yeah.
That's about the time you have to expand. Sometimes it's for Zerg, you're forced to expand. It's not like Protoss or Terran where you can just throw down another gateway or throw down another racks. If you have two, say you've got one fully saturated base, you need another hatchery to spend your money. If you've got 2 saturated bases, you need another hatchery to spend your money, and it's not until you get to the 3 and 4 hatcheries that you can stop doing that. That's a big difference. Given the fact that he's going straight for a Stargate after this, is pure fluke that it's going to work, most likely. But, yeah.
Well, the thing is just to follow up on your point, right? Yes, a Terran or a Protoss can throw another unit producing building down, another Stargate, another barracks, but the producing unit for the Zerg is the hatchery. So if you're going to throw down another hatchery anyway, you might as well take an expansion. So there is no reason for you to throw in-base hatch that early in the game. So, but right now, looking at Jaden, he has a crap ton of Zealots right now. 8 Zealots on the field with 1 Stalker, and looking at the unit count for Nufa, actually he should be fine. He's got he's got 9 roaches, and a spine. But the thing that worries me is 1 base Zerg against 1 base Protoss is really not that effective. He's going to need another base if he wants to stay toe to toe.
Well, something that Noof is doing here, he's not fully saturated. The best way to tell if you're saturated or not is if you look at the mineral patches and you don't see drones running left and right, then you don't have enough drones.
That's good.
Once you start them doing that, that's the best gauge. Some people say select all your drones, but I think that's a little bit silly. It's just much, much more efficient just to have a look. So if you do see too many running back and forth, just transfer a few.
Yeah, I have the camera right now on Jaden, and you do see exactly what Unstable was talking about. You do see these probes bouncing back and forth. Looking on the Nufa cam, no drones bouncing back and forth. So definitely, looking at the harvester count, Jaden is 10 harvesters ahead, even though both of them are harvesting gas, and they are getting their expansions down. But looking at the minerals spent, you can already see Jaden is firmly in the lead because he's had an economic advantage for about 2-3 minutes now, and no aggression by either side. Nobody's trading armies. And I can see definitely Unstable is completely in awe of this Phoenix scouting in the Zerg base.
No, well, it's a smart idea. Something at this level, you're not really going to be worried about the implications of did he see my Phoenix? Does he know how to respond effectively? If you get 1 Phoenix, go around, pick off Overlords, get a scout, don't worry about it, because 9 times out of 10 a Zerg won't really respond efficiently to it. If playing as a Zerg, you're efficiently going to be throwing down 1, maybe 2 Spore Crawlers and moving on and just ignoring it. Getting a Hydra Den is only really effective if you've already planned to go for that Roach Hydra composition, in which case you need to have that creep spread already really, really kicking off. Because otherwise they're just going to be absolutely useless. But yeah, the problem right now with Anufa is he doesn't have the watchtowers, which is something that's just must have. He's got 1 of them, but he needs the other one.
Well, actually, the
That way
Phoenix
he can
doesn't
tell if
activate.
units are coming across the map.
The Phoenix doesn't activate the watchtower.
I'm talking about the Zerg.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. Yeah, because he's just not droning hard enough, and there you go. Like I was saying, that pylon's done absolutely nothing but be a waste of minerals. But what you can do is you have one ling on the top north watchtower, one ling on the bottom. This is how I do it anyway. I get drones, I get 4 lings, I get drones until I respond to something. Because you got one on the top tower, one on the bottom, one sitting in the middle of the map somewhere scouting around for proxies, and then you got another one just poking in and back and forth inside the base, the main entrance. That way you can see what kind of unit army he has, you can see what unit composition, so that your economy is just boosted up so well. As soon as you see him move out, or you see that his army's getting a little bit big, like, it takes a long time to figure this out.
Yeah.
But you know when to actually pump units out. Because realistically, you can get 8 units per hatchery every 45 seconds.
Yeah,
So
that is the optimum. Well, actually, Jaden is switching into Void Rays. Now, Void Rays with a ground army is extremely effective because the only real unit that you can really hit air for the Zerg is Hydras, and Hydras are extremely fragile. So you don't normally see too many Hydras, but looking at the army sizes of these two, we do have 2005 versus 1004 only for the Zerg, and looking at the income tab, it is 30 harvesters versus 42, but the question is it's not the Zerg with the 42, actually 43 now, it's the Protoss. So the Protoss is ahead. The Protoss generally have a stronger army, food for food, and they're ahead in economy, and they're on equal basis, and right now the Zerg is in a lot of trouble. And even his one spine crawler is forgotten in the base. He should actually move that up to his expansion to the choke, and then maybe wall it off a little bit with his Evo chambers. But his Evo chamber is in the base as well, so I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to agree with this. There's too few Hydras, there's a lot of Roaches, which is going to fall very quickly to the Stalkers, and I think if Jaden was to move out right now, he could probably crush the Zerg.
You sure? You sure? Because I'm going to disagree with you.
You think so?
Because the Zealots melt extremely fast to the Roaches. As long as the Roaches are in front of the Hydras, they'll melt. And there's only 3-4 Stalkers there with 2 sentries.
Oh, you're right.
He's not going to have enough time to cut them off. And even though he does have 3 Phoenix, once you're in army fights like this, they're pretty much useless. Because they drop extremely fast, the Hydras. Yes, you can pick up Hydras, but unless they're in like a great amount of units, it's not going to be as effective. So it'll be an even fight, but no one will be rocked left or right if this happens, though.
We do have one Void Ray sitting in the base for Jaden. He is joined by a second Void Ray in the main army group. There are 3 Phoenixes. Looking at the unit count, yeah, we do have 19 Zealots actually, but no, the Zealots do have charge, so they're going to be able to very quickly close with the Roaches. But as Unstable was saying, only 4 Stalkers, and Stalkers is actually what you need against a heavy Roach army. Looking at the army counts, they are actually even in army right now, 3,004 apiece. But still, the Zerg is 18 Harvesters behind the Protoss, and this is actually a little painful to see.
Well, he's doing a decent job of doing everything half okay. Like, he's doing decent creep spread a little bit. He's doing decent... Well, he shouldn't be taking that queen with him. But he's doing a decent job of macroing his units, but it's just... This creep spread can be more efficient.
This army could be completely out of position. Sorry to cut you off. There is going to be a battle over here. The second Void Ray is going to join, and right now there's only 2 cannons standing in the way of this massive Zerg army, and this Zerg army could actually just go and shoot, and avoid most of the army if they could actually... No, actually, I was going to say he could come up the ramp and then use the natural choke for the Protoss and save it. Actually, right now it's like the Zerg is defending and the Protoss is attacking, but... Right now, as Unstable was saying, all these Zealots are completely melting to these Roaches. But the thing is this all the Hydras go down, and there's not going to be anything to stop these Void Rays and Stalkers from cleaning up this army. And it's just right now this army has a limited lifespan because they can't kill the Void Rays, and the Void Rays are fully charged. But I don't know. He's going to be able to pick off some drones, but I'm not sure if this is going to be enough.
Oh, Mineral Walk, man. Okay, if that ever happens to you before, select all your probes, right-click a mineral patch somewhere, and they walk through units.
Yeah, Ghost Walk.
Because they all got stuck behind there. But, see... Where are we? Yeah, see, the problem with Nufa right now is he doesn't have that third hatchery. even though he's not completely saturated right now, he's floating a lot of gas, a lot of minerals. Even if it's just a macro hack,